put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Spotlight Over the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, a.k.a. Mr. Motivation, and my right hand to the left is the one and only Dana Dayne. What's going on, Dana?
Hey. I'm happy to be back.
I'm excited.
I'm so happy to be back.
I'm excited to have you back.
I'm excited.
You know I miss you when you're not here.
I miss you too, but I'm excited to see you as a married man now.
I'm
Congratulations.
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 People asking me how do you feel about it. Thank you, Jacob. Shout out to Jacob in the building. Shout out to Listen Vision, period. Shout out to Sassi Whayz in the building.
My sister's
She's gonna
in the
come
building
up and grace us with some live. We got some live performances. We're gonna try to keep it live every show for you guys. But Miami Takeover, we're gonna be talking about that as well. I don't know why I thought you was down there this weekend.
I don't know why either. This weekend I was speaking at the Boys to Bow Ties event, and then I was at the Shower of Love.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
We're gonna talk about it on the show?
I was in town, yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I know you got so much going on, it's hard to find you.
Yeah, I was in town.
The wedding was amazing. We had a ball. I was in St. Thomas St. Thomas, then St. John's. We had a ball.
Now, how long were you gone?
I
couldn't keep up with you either. You saw I just kept
week.
liking your... Look, see, I brought something.
You got me.
So I know you get hot quite often.
Okay, so what y'all don't know is before the show, I be doing a whole bunch of other stuff to try to make things work. And so I be sweating and like a racehorse by the time I make it to the set.
But I
Thank
got
you, Dana.
I got you.
That's my girl. You see
called
that?
Teamwork.
Teamwork. So yeah, it was amazing. We had a ball. A couple of the homies came over. Family came over. She had a bunch of people come over, and we had an amazing time. If anybody haven't been to the islands, I would suggest that you.
So you had a good
definitely
time.
Visit.
Do you feel different being married, or is it just okay? I'm married now. Do you feel different?
I don't. I don't feel different. I thought I would because I've never done it, but I don't. It's pretty much the same. I mean, you know, it's a deeper commitment, of course.
Right.
But outside of that, I don't feel any different. So shout out to everybody who hit that like button. Shout out to everybody who was on my page giving me love. Shout out to everybody who congratulated me. And shout out to even the haters. I know there's a couple of them on there too. I ain't mad at y'all.
They're watching just as much as the people that are rooting for you. Trust me.
I don't even feel no way. Like you're gonna have to have balance. So you're gonna have to have some haters with the love. So I'm cool with that.
That's absolutely right.
So on another note, Dana, I'll talk a little bit. I said we was gonna start doing trending topics. So R. Kelly
oh boy,
made the news. What do you think about it?
I
just wanted to know opinions. Me personally, I don't know all of the details, but I don't know that he did something terribly wrong. I just think that it's maybe morally wrong. But as far as the women, no one is saying that they was captive or.
Well, the women aren't saying that. So, I mean, it would just be assumptions if we all say, yeah, he did it, because we don't know. And you know, by assuming, you know the rest.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he had a little, urination situation one time with a girl, and I think that kind of gave him a bad light or whatever in the community. But we passed that situation. So I think you can't grab one situation and put it on another situation. All of these women are over 21, I think, right? I think all of them are. All of them at least 18 years old.
They're legal in the states that they're in.
And no one is looking for them to a degree where they're like kidnapped or they stashed away, getting duct taped or nothing
and they're saying they're fine, so what can you do?
And they're adults and they consent, and it's a lifestyle that maybe some people don't agree with and some people don't understand. But if the people signed up for that, I feel that they're doing what they signed up for. And R. Kelly is in his rights to be able. He's a grown man, and if he can afford that lifestyle and that's what they calling for, then okay, what? That's my opinion.
That's true.
That's just my opinion. So I just wanted to get your take on it and see what you thought about it.
I really don't have a take because I can't judge him because I don't know.
Right.
And that's just not in my blood to judge or just go on what somebody says. I don't know.
So just based on what you saw in the media when you first saw it, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, the homie back on it. Like,
well, when I first saw it, I was like, uh-oh. That's the first thing I said because, you know, when you think about younger girls and R. Kelly, you say, uh-oh.
Trouble.
So,
that's what I thought. And then when I got a little bit more and I started listening to TMZ and this, and I was like, well, you know what? Maybe he getting a bad rap. And so even TMZ gave him the pass. They was like, well, you know what? they consented. And so these are grown women.
Exactly.
And they talked to some of the family members, and they agree that these women, for whatever reason, they bought into that lifestyle, and so they cool. So you can't be mad.
Right.
So moving on, well, yeah, OJ
It's
made
what
it
it
home.
is.
OJ home.
OJ is not home.
Oh, well, he's not home, but he'll be
Oh,
home
is
in
he?
what, October?
Okay.
When he coming home, man?
October
He
1st,
be home
thank
October.
you.
Thank you for that. That's the audience, by the way. We Spotlight will see you.
Betty.
It's a big party in here. So October 1, right?
Wow.
He will be home and he will be making money and he'll be doing things. If I was him, I would get low. Stay out of the public.
He will not be low. He's gonna take over the spotlight again. Yeah,
He gonna act a fool.
He is gonna do a complete show. He is gonna
I
let the
think
world know
that
OJ is back. Right,
What are you
exactly.
gonna do? Hey, Sassy. What are you gonna do, Sassy? So he might do that because I think OG's arrogant. OJ's a little arrogant, and so
Yeah,
I saw he
is.
still had some arrogance in him when he was even on trial. So I said, well, you know what? This cat still feels a way, you know. And so shout out to Jay though, man, for this 444 thing, right? Like, man,
You love it?
I
You
love
love
it.
it?
So far, I've heard about 7, 8 tracks. I've heard about 6 or 7, and I do. It's different. It's thought provoking. It's grown man business. He's giving a lot of game to the community, especially the young boys. I don't know if they're gonna get the game, but he's really dropping jewels. So
right.
I've always liked Jay though, so I'm a little biased to it, you know. But the one particular song is called "The Story of OJ." Is why I even
haven't
brought
heard
him
that.
up.
Well, I
The
haven't
story
heard
of
too many
OJ is very provocative. It's very thought provoking. It's a I like it. I think you should check it out. It's on YouTube. You can just go on YouTube.
All right,
and just
I will.
put it in.
I'll do
I
that.
think once you hear it, and then next week I want your opinion, because what he's saying is basically OJ. He was like, OJ said, "I'm not black, I'm OJ," and then the next line Jigga says, "Okay." In other words, okay, Mister, I'm not black, I'm OJ. They gave you a bunch of years, and you was, you know, okay, I'm not black, but you got roughed like you was black,
Right,
And you
right.
got put in the penitentiary like you was black, and you showed up black with them suits on when you was behind bars, and you was with other people who knew they were black.
He's black. OJ
And so
save it.
today we know. So I just salute Jay because he cut an edge. Jay don't make apologies for his music, and it's not much thought provoking music out here anymore. To me, the music that I'm hearing on the radio today doesn't seem to be that thought provoking.
Right.
So anyway, this is something that I want us to address more in the media, because a lot of y'all, we want to know what y'all think too as well. That's watching, because we not engaging. So I want them to understand that we are doing this for them as well. A lot of people talking about this, so this is why we have to talk about it. So
Coolio.
I don't want to bore you.
I guess I need to listen to
Yeah,
it,
you
because
do
I
have
think
to
I've
be-
only listened. I told you how I am. When you guys talk about music and rappers, I'm like,
You like
okay.
whatever.
I'm
Okay.
getting old. I know Jay-Z. I know the old school rappers. My niece is like, Aunt Dana, they don't even sing anymore. I'm like, well, I just heard it on the radio. 102.3. I don't know what you're talking about.
So you an old soul.
Right.
So when you
right.
ride in your car right now, Dana, tell me what's in your deck. What you got on it?
And I'm going to keep it real.
You got a cassette player?
I don't have a cassette player, but I'm going to keep it all the way real. I have on Pandora, and you know what station I have on Pandora?
What?
The OJs, The Whispers, Teddy P.
Real music.
Yeah, that's what I like to
Classical
listen to if I'm in
music.
a car. But if I'm in a party, I'm ready to turn up. But when I'm in my regular day-to-day life, I'm chilling.
Yeah, and I mean I got a wide variety. I'm on different music. I go all the way back to
To the 30s. Like, I'm joking. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
you know what I like
messing
that.
with you. I'm
know
messing
what
with
I
you.
do though, because I go back to Nina Simone and all kind of different music. So I listen to stuff that probably people wouldn't. even
And
think.
we're going to get to
YouTube,
some
Bono,
good music,
different music.
today.
So
Some really
speaking of
good music today.
We're gonna bless you guys with
Yes,
something that I think is an
indeedy.
amazing artist. She's a totally amazing artist. She's a personal friend. She's also our guest co-host. So she's wearing a lot of hats. She's got a
Yes,
lot of other
she
things that
is.
she's involved in, and so we're gonna let her speak on it.
My sister, Sassi Whayz.
Sassi Whayz is in the building.
And I'm
Sassi
so
Whayz
happy
is
to
in the
say,
building.
when I'm out of sight, Sassy's going to step in, and Sassy's going to take control. I have no worries, baby. I'm so glad you're our special guest co-host from this point on.
Oh, thank you guys. Let me tell you something. This is such an honor because I was the photographer. This is something that you don't understand. For the DMV socialites, right? And they asked a question, and I'm still pondering, trying to figure out what that question was. And I answered the question, and Dana was like, why is she the photographer? Like, she need to be on a team.
The very first time she was on set with us, I was like, no, you got to be on the team.
Exactly.
Right.
So, you know, I'm glad she knows that it's going to be handled. I could do this with my eyes
you know
closed.
it. I know you got our back, baby.
You know it. Thank you so much.
And let me just say, I didn't know about the vocals, right? So it was a pleasant surprise. Last show, Sassi was on, and I said, close the show. Just give us a little something. Just closing the show.
And she gave
and
us
she
something,
closed the
all
freaking
right.
show. I mean, like, closed the show. And so I was taken aback, of course, and a lot of other people who was listening to the show has been asking. So this is why you're back by popular
Let's
And we
demand.
are ready to see you take
Yes.
the center stage, honey.
Okay, so
Work,
so
Miss Sassy.
without further ado, we're gonna
The
get you. Do we
camera's
need to go?
about to
Hey
be
Jacob,
on
do we need
you,
to go
baby.
to a commercial? Or
No,
do we
she
need
is
to-
walking
I
up
am
there.
the
There
commercial.
she is.
Look, I am the commercial. How y'all
That's
doing?
right.
Where do I look? Do I look over there? do I look over here?
So you have a
do I look
camera
over there?
right in front of you, Sassy. You have a camera right in front of you. So make yourself at home on the stage. And without further ado, you want to do what song are we gonna do first so we can? Let
I was
Jacob
gonna
know?
hit my tap dancer, but I'm gonna wait until later.
Okay.
So we're gonna hit you with the Murray because you asked for Murray.
Okay,
So I'm
so
gonna
wait.
bring Murray back.
Well, wait a minute, because we had a little situation with the video. I got to get Jacob the video because he did not see it. So we got to do I Like You first. Sorry.
Okay. Well, so
I'm
the
sorry,
I Like
I'm
no,
sorry.
not a problem. So I Like You is a collaborative song with myself and an artist by the name of Gabadon. He is an American / Latin artist. So yeah, we're gonna give you a sneak peek into what we have coming for you soon. Now this is one of those real sensual and sexy songs. So I need you to just sit back, relax.
You go again,
Yeah. And just listen
doing things to me.
that I like. Listen, you got my body doing things like a puppet on a string. Just the way I like it, I'm getting so excited. Got that thing that I want, and I like it. Can't hold back this feeling, I'm not strong enough to fight it. Keep doing that little thing you do on top of me. Bring your body closer so I can feel the motion of you. You got me high, is it all in my mind? Boy, I'm glad you get this feeling. Damn, I'm so glad I'm in it. I like you and your touch. I like you, thank you for showing up. I like you. I like you, yeah. See, you do things to me that I can't explain, understand. Hey, and I like it, and I like it.
Girl, I'm so glad you came. I'm tired of playing games. Nobody
You found it,
the one.
just want it.
I love your pretty smile. Girl, damn, you drive me wild. I can't
Even manage our love language.
and now I understand
Understand,
how both of us can stand
could be in love until
to the end.
you're my lover and my friend. I like you,
Like very much.
I like
Feels
you,
like a teenage crush.
I like
Your
you,
personality.
I like
I
you,
hope that you like me.
I like you. You're the one I like.
Like,
Hey, you're the one I like.
like you.
You're the one I like.
Like you.
You're the one I like. So what we're doing with this track is we're just bringing love back. You know, people forget how to go back to the basics and be in tune with your party and your person and your other half. So we're just bringing that back to you. So it's called I Like. If you like your person and all the things that they do to you, this is the track that you need to play when you hit that bedroom. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Like you, honey, because
Hey!
you sang that song. I like you.
it.
Thank
I like you, Miss Sassy Whayz.
Spotlight of the city.
like you.
This is the type of talent that we just happen to have just in our archives. It's just here. It's family. This is a part of the family. So give it up for Sassi Whayz. She's amazing. Yes.
Great job.
She's going to be coming on later on the show, you guys, and giving us another segment and giving you something more.
It's so funny because I wanted Sassi to come up, even though she's, I guess, co-host, but I want to ask Sassi a few questions about life and stuff that you have going on and your opinion about some things going on in the DMV.
So we're going to go to a commercial. We'll take a 1 minute break. We'll get Sassi on. We'll be right back. 2 and 2.
Spotlight over the city. Don't you move.
Spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Spotlight over the city, and I added one. We have the one and only Sassi Whayz in the building.
Hey, Sassi, baby.
Hi, Dana. Hey, Sam.
I told y'all when I'm gone, it's still going to be turned up. Sassi brings that energy. And it's so funny because I won't tell you everything, but it got to a point where Stan is like, we got to find somebody. What are we going to do? Because I had to be gone for a while, and I still will from time to time. And I hung up with Stan. Stan said, let me get on this. I said, I'm going to get on it too. As soon as I hung up, I said, damn, Sassi. That's it. And before I even called you back, Stan, I called Sassi and talked to her. She was like, oh, I'm down. Yep. It's just so hard to find somebody that you will be able to depend on. Yeah. And wouldn't fake and would bring the professionalism. And I mean, you've been doing it. You did it with me.
Yeah, it's not
socialized. So you know what you're doing. You're a people's person. You have that energy. So
welcome to the team.
Well, thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like to thank my mama, my daddy. I like to thank Dana and Stan. Thank you for having me like this. Y'all just don't understand. Although we do what we do, it's always a humbling experience for people to recognize. I get that feeling every single time of anxiety, like butterflies in my stomach. So it's just, I love it. I just love it. And I'm honored. Thank you.
We love it. We love it because you have raw energy.
Yes.
It's a natural talent that we respect.
Thank you.
And the first time I heard you, I knew it was a talent, so I couldn't wait to get you back on. And so I'm happy to have you on, not just as a
so she can sing whenever the hell we want to hear something.
Yeah, we can just go ahead and
like, Sassi, come up there and sing today.
Real quick
we only have one guest, right?
You know it, but you know, I'm down for that.
And Sassi will sing on demand, baby. That's one thing she will do.
And then crush it too, though.
Yes.
So what got you into singing? Like, what made you first discover the fact that you could sing?
Oh man, so let me tell you, my grandmother said I have like OCD. So when I was a kid, I always had to rearrange the furniture all the time. I need that zen and that energy. So I was bred from a kid doing that. So we had a turntable and 2 albums. One of them was Eddie Murphy Raw, and then the other one was Natalie Cole and Inseparable. So I put on Raw, and I was like, ooh, he's saying all the good cusses. I don't want to listen to this because they're going to take it from me. So let me rock the other album. So I started listening to Natalie Cole, and I began to mimic her. And every day I would just sing it and sing it and sing it and clean up and sing it and sing it and sing it. And I was like, ooh, I kind of sound like her. And
how old did you say you were when
I was 10 at that time. And then I started performing at 12. I had a nonprofit organization called KSO Productions that gave us an opportunity to learn videography. We learned sound at a very young age. Like, I was singing with a band. We didn't sing with tracks most of the time. We sung with live instruments. So I've been doing this since I was 12.
At 12 years old.
12 years old. Some of the embarrassing videos on YouTube, I won't tell you how to find them.
Yeah, I need to post it. Hey, that's what we're going to do. We're not even going to tell her. Hey, Dana, we're going to get it. We're not going to tell her, though. We just gonna, when you show up, your little butt gonna show up here one day, and we're gonna be like, let's go to a commercial. Yeah, we're gonna go to a commercial break, and when we come back from that, when you see, you're gonna be like, what?
Oh my God.
It's cool. That's my star search. You know what I mean? You know how most
We
of the
all have
celebrities
a crazy
does it.
beginning. We all can look back on something and say, damn, that's what I did. But we all
Right,
start
I've been
somewhere.
singing
The best
since I
of the
was
best.
3. I was
That's
singing
right.
at 3.
All right, okay.
I'm
No,
lying.
no,
I'm
you were
lying.
singing.
You wrote a song
Were you
with me.
sounding good,
I was
though?
singing, but not for nobody though. Like I was just on.
Now that's a difference.
Yeah, I kept mine to myself.
You know, in the house you can sound like whoever you want, but when you go outside, you got to think and be careful.
But you know, when you in the shower, you think you crank though. Like
Cause the acoustics make you feel like you a
in your
real
mind,
singer.
Cause I be like Luther one time, then I be
my
I be
goodness.
different type of I be different people. You know what I'm saying?
Luke.
Man.
Luke. Go ahead and add that in there.
Dude Brown.
Hey, Dana, you know what, Dana?
I ain't mad.
Okay, sometimes I'm there.
Getting back to Sassy before this whole conversation goes south.
Okay, let's bring it back.
Miami Takeover. Tell us about Miami
Yes.
Takeover. Tell us what you did at Miami Takeover. Give it to us. Give us the truth. We want it real and raw.
Yes.
All
Not
right,
too
well,
raw,
here
though.
is
Hold
the
on.
real deal.
Yeah, we want it.
Holyfield.
What happened?
So down in Miami, you guys know that I was brought down to co-host. 32 and I co-hosted this year together. We did our little tag team. He did an hour. I did an hour. We did a collaborative time frame. We hosted a party on Saturday. So everybody, I had a young guy come up to me. He was like, "Oh my God, you the girl from the pool. I still got that video from 2014."
Okay, no, tell people about the pool from 2014
Right,
because
right.
they don't know
Okay.
about the pool. So
Memphis,
rewind.
So rewind.
That's
So
right.
2014, we had sound check at Ocean's 10, and I was sitting at the table with the guys, and we all went out the night before, so everybody kind of like had their head bad, and I really wasn't paying attention to the environment, right? And I kept seeing a little sign. It was the soccer Super Bowl, I guess, if you will, at the time. So the banner just kept flapping, and I never paid it any mind. So the guys, two of the dancers from DC walked past, and they were talking about booties. And for some reason, like, I didn't want to see the booties. So when I looked up, I saw the water moving, and I immediately ran to the stage, and the sound guy was Spanish. I was like, "Hey, papi, can I take the microphone up in the water?" And he's like, "Yes, as long as it's cordless." So I didn't say anything. I held on to it. So I told my front line, shout out to Doc, the lead talker. I said, "Let me know a few minutes before you bring partition in." I didn't tell anybody anything. He forgot because he was in his own. You know, when you're on stage, it's something different. And when they started the music, I just ran upstairs and got in the pool, and I just had fun. Like, ass on the glass. Everybody was in awe. Everybody had their phones.
You were
Like,
just
when I
singing
looked down,
and dancing.
I was just singing and dancing in the pool. Yeah.
And it was not planned. Like,
Not
you
at
just
all.
did it.
And you could see the guys, like, because the stage was underneath the pool, they were like looking, trying not to fall off the stage to see what I was doing, but nobody
Oh, honey,
knew.
I heard about it. When y'all
Yeah.
got back from Miami staying, all I saw on my timeline, did you see Sassy? Sassy Whayz. Did you see Sassy at
Yes.
the pool performing?
Yeah.
Sassy shut it down.
Until you just said that, I thought that was like something that was
No,
planned.
that was spontaneous. I was sitting there at sound check, and I was like, man.
I just did it.
And it
So
just
now
came.
bring us back to
2017.
2017.
So 2017, we did have a planned surprise. So again, 32 and I hosted the party on Friday, and I got in the pool. I don't like to do things that I've already done, but it was kind of a demand for it, you know, and I like to appease the fans because, you know, they come to see us. And when I went upstairs, shout out to Alee K's mom and family, everybody was in the pool, so I felt awkward. I was
Right.
like, I can't shake my booty on this glass
Right.
because my face is going to be facing them. You
Right,
know what I'm saying? And I
right.
felt like a kid that was in trouble. I was like, Mom's watching, I can't.
Right,
you know,
right,
the babies
right.
are watching, I can't. I don't want to send the wrong message. Although I do what I do, I'm still very mindful and respectful because I have kids.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So that kind of derailed that. But fast forward, so that was a party on Friday. I hosted
I began to host only because the ambiance called for it. You know, you just gotta give the you gotta continue to feed the energy. So nevertheless, I got in a ball and I was on the water in a ball with the microphone. So you did
do that?
I did.
Did you fall in the ball?
No, because the bloopers rehearsal, we figured out we can't stand up. Okay. Like as long as you stay low to the ground, you get some cute knee action. You may put a leg out, but you are not standing up. Okay. You can't fight with the gravity because there is none. Yes, I did, but let me tell you, niggas. So I get in the pool. I get in the pool, and I'm like, "Oh, this is so sexy. This is so cute, right?" And I intentionally, it was a glow party, so everybody had like the glow necklaces, and we had glow sticks. So I'm like, "Let me get that necklace," because everybody had them, and I didn't have any, so I had to go solicit some. So I get the glow necklaces, and I put them around my thighs, and I'm trying to put it around my neck just to bring attention to the ball. And I have these little wavers. Get in the water, and y'all cousins start spinning the ball.
Oh, while you were in the ball?
While I'm in the ball. I'm like, hello. The oxygen level in here is not like plentiful, and there is no hose. There's no breathing tube, so I have to remain calm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a scary thing because you're locked in the ball. It's zipped up, and there's a cover over it to make sure the water doesn't...
So how did they stop throwing you around?
So, in the video, and it's so embarrassing, in the video, you hear me say, do not spin the ball. Like I'm in straight mommy mode, like trying to be sexy in mommy mode. Got the bathing suit on, and it was just
yes, it was kids.
No, it was grown people. But you know how grown people are when they had a little bit to sip and they feeling good. They don't play, but I didn't realize at the time we had the thought like I was really a real live human volleyball for the pool. Like, and that's how I felt. So this one guy, he was so adamant about just doing something to this ball. So I'm like, all right, cool. Pull me around. Hold on to the handle and pull me around. So he pulled me around, so I'm cool. And they were playing Bill DeVoe. Now, you know, it's driving me out of my mind. So everybody in their little zone, they like, yes, DJ Boogie, you know. He dropped me off at a portion of the pool where there was way too many niggas. Because 4 of them went under the ball, raised the ball.
Oh, my goodness.
And they were about to launch the ball. I was like, get me back to shore! Like, I was scared for my life. I'm like, ain't no handles in here. If I fly in the air, I'm coming down crashing in my neck.
How long did you have to stay in the ball?
How long did you
have to stay in the ball?
Well, time-wise, you can actually stay in 15 to 20 minutes, but you have to take into account Miami humidity is different.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. So I already told the lifeguard, I'm like, around 8 minutes, pull me back in. Because you in there, you hot, you sweaty, but it was really, really sexy. I just wish y'all cousins would have left me alone so I could have floated around. So
do you think you'll do that? Do you think you'll do that again?
I do, but it has to be
more controlled.
Well controlled. Yeah.
I can understand.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, it was just the sexiest move. So shout out to Wally K for that idea and that thought.
Wally K.
Yes. Shout out to Wally for putting the entire extravaganza together.
10 years.
One thing I love.
It's been 10 years?
It has been 10 years. Yes, the one thing that I love about Wally is he's always about the people and the experience. And we talked about this not yesterday, but the other day I went on Go Radio and we were talking about the competition and why it exists. It's like there's more, it's strength in numbers. But when
people don't get it, people never get it. They don't get it. They always want to outdo each other.
And it's ridiculous.
So this is some of what Jay-Z talking about on his new CD. That's why I said everybody should check it out. This is exactly what he's addressing, some of those issues. And so we got to rise above that. We got to rise above it. Like, we got to get better.
Yeah.
So shout out to Wally K and that whole Miami takeover.
And he's still tired. I talked to him about an hour ago.
I'm sure.
Like, I'm tired. I was like, I know you overdid it, but
they party. I know they party.
Wally wears so many hats. Like every time you see Wally is always walking around. And the thing that I love, Wally is so personable, and he's always asking, "Are you having a good time?" Saturday at that day party, when I say I thought we were going to get shut down because the fire marshals were walking around because there was so many people. Like that party was lit. Wally is walking around. You having a good time? You all right? Y'all having a good time? Very personable.
That's wonderful because you have he's somebody that when you talk about his mannerism and his character, you have a lot of promoters that they have no compassion or like they won't even speak to you. You'll be in their event, you're supporting, you bought a ticket, you got your friends with you, you're drinking, you know you get a percentage of the bar. It's like you won't even speak. It's arrogance.
It's all about the money.
It's arrogance, so I commend him on that.
So you do respect that promotion a lot better, and you want to go back and be a part of it again when you get a good vibe from the promoter itself.
Definitely.
You know who else is like that? Dwayne Nutt. Shout out to Dwayne.
Oh yeah, Dwayne is.
That's
my boy.
I saw
that's
Dwayne.
my boy.
We was up at the Howard at an event, and he came and made sure we was good. He actually had a table right down from us.
Yeah.
But he always have, ever since, I met him on the show, of course. I didn't know him prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's showed love every time I've been at a function that he gave, and he was also doing it to other people. Just making sure
that's how he is.
He's
He's down to earth. And it's so funny because, like, when he was on our show that day, and he even said, like, people try to pin you against other people. They try to make it seem like it's a competition when it's really not a competition with some people.
Right.
The world will make it seem like everybody's competing if you listen to people. But if you talk to those two people, they're like, I'm not competing with him.
They didn't even know nothing about it, right?
But if you hear everybody in the street, they think it's a competition.
Exactly.
Dwayne stays in his lane. He creates his own lane, and he's about making stuff happen. And I just respect anybody that does that.
Yeah. And on that note, shout out to Tricky Inc. too. Shout out to Raynard Black. All
right.
them. Same thing. He'll be on soon. They're gonna talk about they doing the Summer Breeze again at the stadium.
We need another song. I think we need another song.
All right, I'm down for that.
And we have our next guest that just came in.
Yeah. So before we bring on our next guest, we're gonna have Sassi come on the stage and bless us with another song.
Right.
Mary J, one of my favorite artists as well.
What song is this? I should have made a request.
Stan made a request. Stan was like, "Can you sing that song you sung?" I was like, "No, I'll give you."
Well, that's your wedding present.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's it. Okay. And so if you have anything else in mind, you want to acapella it over there or whatever,
well, you know I
then
will.
by all means, have your way. Ladies and gentlemen, gracing the stage once again.
Once
the
more.
one and
Once
only.
more. Hello,
the one
darling.
and only.
Once
Sassi
more.
Whayz.
This is a classic right here. Now y'all know the Mary Jane girls did this, the iconic Mary J. Blige did this, and now Miss Sassi Whayz is about to do this. This comes from an era when music was good and there was substance and you can relate. This that two-step. I know you at home doing it. Come on, party with me, act like you in the mirror when you get dressed in the morning for the work. Ooh, baby, not tonight. I don't wanna fuss and fight. I just wanna make it right. There's work to do. I wanna get real close to you. Wanna get you in the mood. All the things you wanna do. Just relax and I'll take care of you. So anytime you want me, I'm saying that I love you every day. And you know that you love me, baby, admit it. So give me all your love and don't stop. My love's waiting when you reach the top all night long. Come into my bedroom, honey. What I got will make you spend money all night long. You know that you love me. Said if you give me a chance, I will sure show you romance. I know that you're still savor for my flavor, babe. So stop playing hard to get. Let's make love like we first met. All the things you wanna do. Just relax and I'll take care of you. So anytime you want me, that I love you every day, and you know that you love me, baby, admit it. Give me all your love and don't stop. My love's waiting when you reach the top all tap dance next.
Bravo, Miss Sassi Whayz.
Thank you.
Sassi is giving us a show today, honey.
Yes, I love it. Spotlight over the city. You guys already see what we doing over here in the building. Next up, we have Alee coming in the building. The
Alee
one and only,
Dynamic
one of the hottest
Public
of the hottest.
Relations.
Yes, come on and have a seat, miss.
Hey, Alee. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. So I told Stan, we have so much to talk about after today. Yes. What just happened.
Yes.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is, I want you to tell everybody watching who you are and tell us about your company and what it is that you do.
Sure. My name is Alee Opio. I'm the owner of Dynamic Public Relations, a public relations firm based in Washington, D.C. I've been in business for about 10 years now, and I work with a lot of entities, including nonprofit entities within the area.
Okay.
And I have some questions. I always wonder, when you see, just kind of like what we were just talking about, when you see a lot of people in the same arena, do you have the same issues that we were talking about, like people being competitive, or is the PR business a little different? Is it like everybody in their own lanes, or do you still deal with the same thing that most of us deal with when we're doing the same thing that other people are doing?
Well, I mean, personally, I'm not competing with anybody. I'm happy for the success of my counterparts within the industry. Right. Have I experienced jealousy or a bit? I have. Yeah. I think it's funny.
It comes with the territory.
I think it's humorous to me, because if you have time to worry about what I'm doing, then that means your business isn't thriving.
Right.
There's nothing I can do about that but pray for you.
That's right.
That's all I can do.
That's the absolute truth. That is the truth. So, with Dynamic Public Relations, was this a dream that you had? I mean, did you always want to get into it? You know, some people just fall into stuff, or how did you get into it?
Funny story. So after I graduated from Howard, I was a reporter for the Afro-American newspaper. Mm-hmm. And publicists would solicit me to cover their clients. Mm-hmm. And their press releases, their pitches, everything was just horrible. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, if I can make their money doing what they do, and I know how the press and media thinks, it was a natural fit.
Right.
And I went from being a journalist to being a publicist with that foundation of knowing how the media thinks. If you know how the media thinks, you can pitch to them, you can get your clients placement, you can get your clients interviews. Mm-hmm. So I just fell into it, and I've been doing it ever since. And
it's amazing that you just said that, because I had a conversation today with a group of associates of mine, and you just answered what we were talking about. Mm-hmm. As a publicist, if I give you a story, a good publicist should be able to make that story great. I mean, I might just give you bits and pieces, mm-hmm. but it's not up to me to make it sound as amazing as it can. Mm-hmm. The PR person should be able to make that thing sound like a bag of money.
A good publicist should be able to make that story relevant to what's in the media today. They have to be able to draw a connection between that story and current events. Right. If you can't do that as a publicist, you failed. You failed your client. And there's no point in taking someone's money if you can't do that.
Right, exactly.
It's very simple.
So when a client comes to you, mm-hmm. I'm glad you said that. So when a client comes to you, how do you determine if you feel you can make that person successful? And do you have situations sometimes where you feel like you just can't, and where you won't take that money from that client? Like you say, well, I don't know if I'm the right one, or I don't know if this is a good fit.
That's happened before. And I referred them to other people, other professionals within my field it's a better fit.
Right.
It hasn't happened often, but there have been times where I just felt that the synergy wasn't going to be there between myself and that person.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better for me just to refer them to someone else than to take that client on, and it's mutually not beneficial for either one of us.
Right. So I want to talk about, because we have to get this time in, talk about today. Okay. What happened today. So let me start off by saying shout out to Maya Wright, who is my sister.
Phenomenal woman.
And it's funny because let me tell you how it all happened. Yesterday, Alee was supposed to be on the show. I called Alee to ask her a few questions, and I told her what we were looking for. So she said, let me make some calls. I mean, got one just like that. She didn't say, talk to you on the show. She's like, let me make some calls. Long story short, rewind to today. In her making calls, Maya, who told me she was looking for 6 months of medical supplies to take to her mission trip to Honduras, got with Alee today. Alee in turn got with Dawn Moss. Dawn Moss in turn, I saw her post before I got here. She called somebody that works directly with her on her board. Long story short, they walked into a huge room full of medical supplies. And I talked to Maya once she left there on our way home. She said, sis, I have enough medical supplies for the 6 months I've been praying for and for probably a year. All of that, just like that. You see how God works. So, and I always tell people come into your life for a reason. It's like a triple effect. Maya and me, I called Alee. Alee called Dawn. Dawn called her friend. Her blessing, God blessed her.
Yep.
And when she did a live, Alee did a live video. How did that feel like just being there? It was
phenomenal. I didn't say a lot because I was just taking in the moment and taking in what that moment is going to mean for hundreds of people across the seas in Honduras, you know, a very poverty-stricken area. So I was just overwhelmed. I know Maya was too. I know Dawn was as well. So it's just a blessing.
I was crying. I was like, I can't keep watching this, and I just kept watching because what made me cry and made me all mushy inside because I talk to Maya all the time, and I know she's like, I need this, I need this. So once I saw that, I was like, well, we don't really need to do, she don't need any more supplies. You know, we were doing the fundraiser for her Friday, and she's like, oh, sis, no, I need that. That's the community. I need that. Don't stop doing that. I have people that's coming, and we still want to come. We want to have fun. We want the community to still be involved, but she's like, we can never have enough supplies when we're serving people here in the United States, too. She's just like, that's just a blessing. We've been begging and praying. God, we need this 6 months of supplies. She said, and to walk in there, and she said, you know, a lot of people offer them stuff, and a lot of times people say stuff they're going to do and they don't do it. You know what I mean? So she said she wasn't expecting to walk into a whole warehouse. You have to look at the video. When I say it's just a big warehouse full of stuff, and she's like, sis, we got gowns. Like, we didn't have gowns. They didn't have enough gowns to give us because in Honduras, they need their gowns in the hospital. She said, we have medical gowns, we have everything. She was just like, if I cried, I would have just been on the floor. So I just tried to keep my composure and not cry.
It was an overwhelming moment. It was filled with emotion. It was filled with just. We were just rendered speechless at the sight of everything in that warehouse.
Hell, y'all get me emotional.
I know, that's a blessing.
I didn't even see the video yet, but I'm gonna say this though. Shout out to you, Dana. My co-host is amazing. Like, this is the thing that I'm talking about. That's why I said I was blessed to have a co-host like Dana Dayne. She doesn't just come on Spotlight of the City. She doesn't just do her own thing. She does her own thing, of course, but she reaches for other people, connects people with other people, helps other people, does services that doesn't have anything to do with her per se. And those are the things that I admire about you. So when I shout out to Dawn Moss too. So like this is that Spotlight of the City fame. Like all of these people have been coming on the show, and they don't just come on the show and go. They come on, they become a part of the family. They stick to us and they do things. So Dawn was a big instrument to what is going on
Dawn
here.
Was.
But you spearheaded it by jumping in and saying, let's see what I can do. This young lady, Alee, definitely jumped in and made a phone call instantly. And look at what's going on, but look at the overall, the mission. Look at the big picture.
But that's how collectively we're able to make change by working together.
That's what we were talking about right before you got here.
You can't do it by yourself.
Nope.
But you don't get that a lot anymore. Like,
and that's very sad.
It's sad and it's unfortunate in our community, especially. We don't get it enough. Should I say? We get it, but we don't get it enough.
Everybody wants to compete instead of coming together. Just think about it. If you have 5 or 6 women, and men too, if you have 5 or 6 stand-up men and women that are all about making things happen, imagine what can happen if they come together.
Exactly.
But the men is just as catty as women now.
That's what I said, men and women.
It's getting a little tough to even get the brothers to come together on stuff because they so busy worrying. I remember I referred somebody to my mother. She does insurance. And the young guy, she was about to be a blessing to his life. The first thing he asked was, how much are you going to make off of this commission? Like, how much are you going to get? And I was embarrassed that I even sent them to her. But the thing is, why are you concerned with that if you're going to be the beneficiary of something?
Exactly.
Why do you worry about other people also benefiting? This is where we have to stop. So I see you guys are doing something right now.
And it just happened. I mean, God was just working. It's just like I said, I called Alee and she was just like on it. And then she didn't know she was on something else, but she didn't know when she reached out to Dawn that Dawn was gonna blessed her like in this magnitude. It just happened. That was nothing but God. So we're all happy because our mission was to help We Can Survive, and the mission was accomplished.
Definitely. It's called We Can Survive.
We Can Survive, and we're just going to keep pushing and pushing, and we're going to ask people for donations. We're just going to keep pushing. We're not going to stop because they're going to continuously need help even when they get back.
Exactly. Exactly.
Did you want to say something, Sassy?
Yes,
so you got the mic.
I kind of wanted to chime in on the energy and the reason why we can't collectively come together. And, you know, I don't want to really stir the pot, but I feel like I have to say something.
Go ahead.
Most of the times, the reason we cannot come together collectively is because people are clicked up. And you mentioned it before, where you said if somebody says something about someone, nobody does that research to go to that person. They take what the other person says instead of experiencing them for themselves.
Right.
People experience individuals on an individual chemistry-based term. I'm going to experience Stan different, I'm going to experience you different, and I'm going to experience you different, and vice versa with me to you all. So instead of coming together collectively, putting those things aside, so much pride, so much ego, so the clique stigma, if you don't walk a certain way, if you don't talk a certain way, if you don't appear a certain way, if you don't look a certain way, you're not good enough. And that is definitely what we face in this city, and it's so unfortunate. And like you said, it's an unspoken competition. People make it seem as if it's competition, and it's really not. At the end of the day, if somebody is not your fit, they're just not your fit. But allow them not to be your fit based on your experience with them, and not someone else's.
That's
Amen
right.
to that.
That's
Sassy,
right.
I always say that.
Yeah, so, you know, for me, I'm just going to put myself out there in my organization. I haven't really been pushing it as much as I need to, but I am going to start. And whether or not somebody collaborates with me, my mission is my mission.
What's your mission? Tell us.
I am about helping the family of domestic violence. It's a family thing. It's not just the woman. It's not just the man. Kids are victims as well. So mine is family-based. So Silence Speaks will definitely hit the surface very, very soon. But, you know, you have so many people who will either try to steal your idea. You have so many people who will either cast you away because of what someone said. And that's when you lose the substance of what it really is. And there's a lot of that in this city on so many different levels. I just wish as grown people we could sit that all aside. Stop worrying about the paycheck. Stop worrying about the money and just come together collectively.
But we can start with us.
And
We
I
have to start
agree.
with like-minded people. And so what I do is I zero out people who don't think like myself or think against me.
Right.
I don't bother with the energy. I don't even allow them to affect me. I just act like I don't see that. And I only deal with people who are like-minded, which is not many. You know, my circle's small.
Right.
But it doesn't take a lot. It just takes people who really want to see you through. And if you got that in your circle, you're good. But I definitely want to not take too much time from you because I know that we haven't had a lot of time with Alee. So back to her PR work.
Alee, is there anything, I mean, I see everything that you put up. So tell our listeners and viewers what you have going on. What do some of your clients, some of the upcoming events that you or your clients have going on?
It's funny that Sassy mentioned domestic violence. The Family Crisis Center of Prince George's County just retained me. They're having a forum for male domestic violence victims on October 7th.
Male?
Yes.
Wow.
So
That's
they're coming at it
different.
from a man's perspective, that men can also be victims as well. That's on October 7th. And then November 11th, that's a special event. That's another event. I'll keep that in the pocket now. But other things going on as well. So, but that's just the overview of what I have going on.
So how can people get in touch with you if they're looking for a PR person?
Sure, you can go to my website, www.dynamicpublicrelations.com, or you can email me, Alee@dynamicpublicrelations.net. That's ALEE @dynamicpublicrelations.net.
Is it any special clients that you work with, like any genre? Like I'm an author. Other people may sing, act, do whatever. Is there a certain genre? Okay, I work with authors. I work with this.
To be honest with you, I love working with nonprofit entities.
Got you.
I've had a plethora of clients, but that's really where my passion is. I love giving a voice to the voiceless, and I've thrived in that genre of PR.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Well,
so if you are looking for a PR, she's one of the best in the business.
Oh, thank you.
So definitely, if you want to give out your
and
contact
she's very
information.
she's very straightforward. If you want somebody that's going to get the job done and just say what you want, she's very, very straightforward.
And you can tell she has a heart for people because this is the same young lady who jumped on the phone, had nothing to do with the mission, and said, "Give me a second, let me see what I can do." And if I'm not
literally,
mistaken,
Dana called me. I was
watching TV. It was totally different. I just told her the story, and she was like, "Okay, let me see what I can do." Like I said, it made a U-turn, but it was because God worked it out that way, and that our mission was still to get done what she got done for reaching out to her connections. And again, that's what I mean by coming together collectively. You never know how somebody can help you. You never know.
I love my Spotlight of the City family. It's just amazing. I love the energy. I love what we have going on. Shout out to Sassy. You already see what she's going to be bringing to the table, you guys. Once again, give it up for her.
Shout out to Betty for being here, being our cheerleader and everything.
Yeah, shout out to Betty in there, giving us information. The whole night. We need to have you every week. And so shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to Listen Vision. Shout out to the homie Jacob holding us down every single week, making us look good as he does. That's right. So cool with it too, though.
I'm so happy being here. Listen Vision. I swear I am. This is the best thing we could have done.
So we're going to light the stage up every week, you guys. Stay tuned next week for another amazing performance. And on that note,
Sassy Whayz will be sitting where I am next week.
That's right, you guys. Next week, Dana is missing again. I don't know where. I'm going to just send out the party for Dana. So anyway, we love you, Dana. We can't wait for you to get back. We're proud of everything that you're doing. We love you guys for tuning in, watching Spotlight of the City. Tune in next week, 7 o'clock, same back channel. Every Thursday, Spotlight of the City. Love hard, live good, God first. Spotlight of the City.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city.